Today was epic. With the Gamescom online event being live, the whole gaming world decided to drop everything, and that was no different from Marvel's Avengers game. We've got a brand spanking new and awesome CGI release trailer, tons of new information surrounding online co-op play, matchmaking and level design. All of this and more is going to be covered in today's video. If you're hyped for this game, then give this one a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get on with it. As we mentioned, Crystal Dynamics dropped a huge new CGI trailer. It's just a short one, but it's totally epic, so let's take a look at it.
Avengers.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
What the? Right. Let's try this again.
Wow, what a trailer that was. If that hasn't got you hyped for this one, then I don't know what will. There's some awesome battle sequences in this one, as it's action from the get-go, with signature moves from all of the main heroes we will be getting access to at launch, including a cool Love Heart style attack from Miss Marvel herself. We also finally get a better look at the main villain in the campaign, MODOK. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to jump into this one next week. Aside from the new trailer, we also got the third of our daily update vlogs from Square Enix, with everything you need to know about co-op. This delves into some points about mission diversity and multiplayer gameplay options that weren't directly available in the beta. So if you want to find out all the ins and outs as to what will be available to you at launch, stick around to find out as we go through the whole blog update right here. With around 80 plus Warzone and Drop Zone missions available at launch, you've got lots of options on what to play in Marvel's Avengers and who to play it with. You can enable matchmaking and jump into the game with other Marvel fans online. Invite your friends to play and form your perfect strike team. Disable matchmaking to fly solo and take on war zones with AI companions kitted with the gear and skills you've earned, or a combination of the above. They start off by going through a few common terms that will be consistent throughout the game. The Reassemble campaign is the original Avengers story that follows Kamala Khan as she sets out to reassemble Earth's mightiest heroes. The Avengers initiative is at the heart of the expanding world, where you can jump into online co-op. Here you can continue to hone your team while playing through an interconnected series of stories, missions and personal hero arcs. The Avengers initiative will evolve over time, with the free addition of new heroes, villains, regions and gear for years to come. This is all great news, and these two bits will be the main focus of the game at launch, and ones that will definitely become familiar to you as you play the game. A Warzone is an expansive explorable space that can be played solo or co-op, loaded with side content including concealed caches to uncover, powerful bounty enemies to defeat, aim depots to take over, faction allies to rescue and hidden rewards to claim. These are all accessed via the war table, which can be found in Outposts, Quinjets and the bridge of the Chimera helicarrier. Obviously during the beta we only got access through the Chimera helicarrier, but this one just goes to show that we will be able to access the war table through other points in the game as well. The war table keeps the pulse of all AIM activity worldwide and allows players to launch directly to where they are needed from the most. We then get a quick look at the strike team and power level ratings and what these mean in terms of gameplay. A strike team is 4 players that can be match made together, including yourself. No duplicate heroes may exist in a strike team, so be mindful of that if you're playing with your friends. You can't all rock into the mission as the Hulk. The hero level is the individual hero's total level, which is increased by gaining XP. The hero level affects enemy drops, chest rewards and skill point availability. The power level is the average number of all gear slots used. Power level influences rewards, enemy progression and gates access to late game content. Challenge rating is the difficulty chosen of each warzone on the war table. Challenge rating affects enemy attacks and defensive strength and counter ability. All three of these, hero level, power level and challenge rating, are going to be the main ones that you're going to need to get used to in the full game. The hero level will be something that you can probably easily do by grinding out XP by repeating missions over and over again, especially the drop zones, which are shorter in length and will allow for you to complete quickly to gain the most XP in the shortest amount of time. On that, we move on to the co-op mission types. Unlike in the beta, if you want to jump into war zones and co-op play at launch, you can. Beware of spoilers however. There are several types of warzone missions you can access via the war table. I mean, this is great news. I mean, being able to jump into the war zones and co-op play at launch without even jumping too far into the story is actually a great move. Faction missions. In addition to reassembling the Avengers, players will help rebuild outposts for their allies. S.H.I.E.L.D. suffered greatly after the disbanding of the Avengers, and the Resistance formed as a direct result of AIM's increasingly authoritarian activity worldwide. Players can take part in missions to provide these factions intel, supplies and defend them from AIM attacks. Drop zones are short missions with a single objective, such as defending allies or sabotaging an AIM structure. These missions are great for quick play sessions and for replaying to gain rewards. These definitely only took a couple of minutes during the beta, so if it's anything like that in the full game, these are definitely going to be the ones that you're going to be grinding out over and over again to get XP and some gear progression along the way. S.H.I.E.L.D. vaults are large explorable spaces that take some legwork to uncover. To access a vault, you first have to locate the coordinates from hidden S.H.I.E.L.D. caches around the world. Once you've found the entrance, you must fight your way inside and breach the vault before you can reap the rewards. Again, there's going to be plenty of these by the looks of it, and there was one that was accessible during the beta in the snowy tundra region. They're definitely not as easy as they sound and do have some puzzles to access the final rewards, but definitely one thing that offers guaranteed epic rewards by the looks of it, and probably even legend rewards as you're heading towards the end game. Harm rooms are holographic training rooms where you can take on challenges with an assortment of enemies. These are like the training areas, but they do have rewards which were generally just the comics and collectibles for your characters. Now these next two are probably the ones that we're going to play more towards the end game on release. Hives are AIM strongholds located throughout the world. The Avengers must uncover their location and fight their way through with a gauntlet of increasingly challenging AIM defences in order to disable them. We've also got villain sectors, which are missions that culminate with a boss fight, such as notable Marvel villains working in tandem with AIM or one of the organisation's extra deadly constructs. Now we got a brief glimpse of this during the To Tame a Titan mission during the beta, with the large spider-like machine at the end of the mission which required some beating to take down. I'm definitely looking forward to what Hives and villain sectors have to offer, especially towards the end game, and what rewards we can get from them. We then go on to look at mission flow. Now I'm just going to skip over this one because it's not massively important, but it's one thing that if you didn't play the beta, you probably may want to have a quick look at. Now in terms of matchmaking, this will prioritise matches between players close to each other's power level. You've got three options when it comes to matchmaking. You can select a war zone that you want from the war table to matchmake to that specific mission. You've also got quick match, which you can use for your selected hero, and you can choose this option if you want to stay and level up the hero you currently are in any available war zone. You've also got the Any Hero option, which is one that you can select if you want to play any Avenger in your roster for any available war zone. If one player in a strike team has matchmaking enabled, the game will continue to try and match them with other players. Matchmaking will end once all open strike team slots are full, a player presses the launch mission button, or a player backs out to the ready up phase. Once a mission is launched, if there are any slots in a strike team and any player has selected an AI companion, the empty slots are filled with the requested companion's heroes. If there are any more selected companions than available slots, a random character is selected from the list. If multiple players select the same hero, the AI companion with the highest power level is selected. So basically it'll just boot you to be another hero, as you can't choose 3 Iron Mans in one particular mission. Players can manually invite others to join their strike team by hovering over the nameplate in the social tab of the character menu. The social tab will show your friends, allowing you to invite anyone who is currently online. You can also play with friends via first party interfaces. Accepting an invite from a group currently in a war zone will put you in a Quinjet lobby. When the group completes their mission, they will join you. Don't worry if your friends are at a higher power level than you though. When in a strike team, power level is a unified value across the team and will determine enemy power. Challenge rating doesn't limit the matchmaking pool either. Difficulty is set individually per player and affects the rewards you receive at the end of the mission. So say if your friends are at level 40 and you're only at level 10, the mission will be somewhat difficult to you, but it won't be something that's going to melt you instantly. And likewise, rewards at the end of the game will only match your power level and you won't be able to boost off your friend's power level. We also get some technical tips at the end, and obviously matchmaking is going to have open mic lobbies, so you can mute players if you need to by hovering over their nameplate. When matchmaking is enabled, pausing is also disabled in war zones, but when matchmaking is disabled, players are definitely able to pause the game, so just be mindful of that one if you have to go and run some errands halfway through a mission. Also be mindful that Avengers doesn't support join in progress matchmaking at this time. Also, Avengers doesn't have crossplay support at this point. That completes the blog post, and it's one that probably if you played the beta you may know a little bit about it, but there's some bits in there that we didn't, and it's nice to see that there's going to be lots of variety going forwards when this game launches. If you missed out on the previous 2 blog posts with the everything you need to know about day 1 or the everything you need to know about accessibility, I covered these in videos recently, so please check the links down below. We've got a further 3 blog posts to look at, with the next one covering gear and cosmetics. The one on Saturday will be looking at learnings from the beta, and finally on Sunday they're going to be showing us an insight into the weekly gameplay ritual, so stick around and stay tuned for them. Please let me know in the comment section below what you thought of that brand new gameplay trailer. I thought it was totally epic and I can't wait to jump into this game. We're going to be covering it here on the channel with news, guides and farming methods regarding getting your heroes leveled up as quickly as possible. So if you want to get that information as quickly as possible, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful at all, then please give us a rating down below. It's very much greatly appreciated. That's the end for this one, so on that, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.